Personal foul, shot block, offense number 20 and number 74, 15-yard penalty, replay third down.
Would prefer if the next justice of the U.S. Supreme Court is picked by the winner of the presidential election.
And GOP senators appear to have the votes needed to confirm the newest Supreme Court nominee. If confirmed before or soon after Election Day, one of the first cases will be an Obamacare challenge before the court on November 10th. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
Also breaking right now, a 5-year-old girl is dead after being stabbed multiple times. This happened in the 3200 block of West Fulton in the Garfield Park neighborhood. Police say that a woman is in custody, and they believe the two are related, but they're not saying how. A man who says that he is the child's grandfather says it's her own mother who is accused of killing that child. Rallies are continuing in the Chicago area over the decision, the Breonna Taylor case, a grand jury deciding not to charge any police officers directly with her death. Events were planned in Waukegan and in the Loop, and that's where our Michelle Gallardo spoke to some who are raising their voices today.
It was just after noon when a group of a few hundred people of all races and backgrounds came together in Daley Plaza to call for justice for Breonna Taylor.
Do you know what America has done to the black woman?
I just feel like going to the protest is not enough, but it's going to do something, and speaking out is going to do something.
I have 5 biracial children, and it's important to me that my children are also allowed to live a life regardless of their skin color, and it's just a shame that we're still talking about this many, many, many years after Martin Luther King marched.
3 days after a grand jury in Louisville declined to charge 2 of the 3 white police officers involved in Breonna Taylor's shooting death last March while executing a no-knock warrant on her apartment, it is clear the anger is still raw. Rally organizers challenging those present to use their individual power to make a difference for good.
Change don't come fast like Amazon Prime. It takes time. So some people are going to use this event to do something negative. Some people are going to use this event as a way to register people to vote.
It is a message this woman hopes her 5-year-old daughter will learn sooner rather than later.
She needs to be aware. She's a young black woman. I think that many people ask me, is she too young to be aware of these issues? The world's not going to wait for her to grow up. So I got to let her know about them now.
Today's rally was also meant to be a fundraiser to help out organizations led by black women throughout the city. The total raised so far, over $50,000. In Daley Plaza, I'm Michelle Gallardo, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Michelle, thanks very much. Now let's turn to COVID-19 and major changes starting today for Indiana as that state officially moves to its final phase of reopening. And our Evelyn Holmes caught up with some people as life tries to return to normal in the Hoosier State.
Indiana moved into the final phase of reopening this weekend, and Maryville resident Nikki Laster couldn't be happier as she enjoyed the relaxed restrictions over breakfast with a friend.
It was great. I mean, it's one thing for us to have to wear these masks all day, but be able to get out and just enjoy the scenery, smell the fresh air freely. It was amazing.
Nearly 3 months after first suspending the state's reopening plan, Indiana's governor announced this week it would be moving to the final phase, stage 5. A statewide mask mandate will remain in place at least until October 17th. Hoosier Mike Loco says it's about time.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't think the masks do what they're supposed to do. And when other people get freaked out because you're not wearing a mask, I think it's ignorant. They don't know what they're talking about completely.
The final phase means that fitness centers like this one can fully open along with restaurants and bars, but with guidelines in place. The move was right on time for Sophia's famous pancakes in Cherville, Indiana. Family owned for 18 years, Bill Lelesis says his newest location on US 30 has really been struggling. Relaxed restrictions mean he can operate at his 240-seat eatery at capacity, but still with social distancing.
We spaced them apart, and we got glass partitions everywhere. Honestly, we were very concerned in the beginning. I think we're all just ready to move on at this point.
And while most look forward to taking another step toward what feels like normal, Yolanda Bracey and her family remain cautiously optimistic.
It just depends on your comfort level, I guess. I think that we're going to phase 5 too soon, but we shall see.
Reporting from Northwest Indiana, Evelyn Holmes, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And that reopening comes as Indiana reports 1,155 new cases of COVID-19 and 11 additional deaths today. The state's 7-day positivity rate has risen to 4.1%. Health officials here in Illinois are reporting 2,441 new COVID-19 cases today and 25 additional deaths. The state positivity rate remains the same as yesterday at 3.6%. St. Alphonsus Liguori in suburban Prospect Heights is closing its school and church. This after a priest and 3 parish staff members have tested positive for the virus. The classes will move to remote only starting on Monday for 1 week. And all church services are being suspended until October the 11th at the earliest. The mayor of University Park says that Aqua, Illinois will pay for elevated lead levels found in water there.
If University Park were an affluent white suburb instead of an African-American one, our water would not still be lead contaminated.
The mayor is making several demands from the water company, and they include pipe replacement, monthly water reports, and compensation for affected families. In a statement, Aqua Illinois says that the company is doing all it can to find a solution for everyone, and it adds that high water quality has been restored for about 89% of the regularly sampled homes. All right, let's check the weather right now tonight. And Phil Schwartz is back. He's live with the ABC7 AccuWeather forecast. Good evening, Phil.
Hey, Ravi. Yeah, it did not get quite as warm as we expected today, thanks to the cloud cover that was just so stubborn, especially throughout the morning. But we are now at the highs of the day, up to 77 at O'Hare and Midway. And the farther south and west you go, the more sunshine you see. You saw today, and temperatures reached the low to mid 80s in Ottawa, Morris, and Pontiac, all reporting highs of 83. There are some showers well to our north. That's part of a system that will bring us some showers late tomorrow and especially tomorrow night. Right now we have these high, thin clouds in our skies. That's what we'll see right into tomorrow morning. And temperatures tomorrow starting out in the mid 60s. It will be a mild start to your Sunday. We'll make it into the mid to upper 70s. Most of the daylight hours will be dry, but here come some showers as we get into the evening hours. Notice our timestamp, 9:30 tomorrow night. Those showers will increase in coverage and intensity as they move into the southern suburbs tomorrow night. So we will get some much needed rain, but most of those showers will be out of here by daybreak Monday as it does turn significantly cooler. We're talking about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. We could use a lot more than that with those higher amounts, mainly south and east of the city. So partly cloudy, breezy, mild, lows in the mid 60s. Highs tomorrow getting into the mid to upper 70s, but it will turn noticeably cooler by about this time tomorrow as a cold front moves through. Official high 73 north, 81 south, most of us mid to upper 70s. 7-day outlook, yeah, much more like fall, mid to upper 60s early next week, and then mid 50s for highs the second half of next week. Best chance of rain tomorrow night and into the first part of Monday, and then again later in the day on Thursday. Ravi.
All right, a lot of change there, Phil. Thanks very much. Illinois State Police saying that a truck driver failing to slow down during road construction caused this 6-vehicle crash. It happened on I-80 in LaSalle County yesterday. Police saying that the impact caused a fire in 4 of the vehicles and 2 people were killed. 3 people were taken to hospitals. Right now, there's a push to get people counted before the 2020 census wraps up. It is scheduled to end on Wednesday, and a federal judge ruled that the deadline should be extended until the end of October to help prevent an undercount, especially among communities of color and in immigrants. Today in Melrose Park, Congressman Chuy Garcia saying people should assume, however, there's just 4 days left.
We do this because every person represents about $20,000 that can come to your family, to your neighborhood, to your larger community.
Congressman Garcia pointing out that the few minutes it takes to complete the census will impact the next 10 years. Family and friends say goodbye to Dr. Leon Finney Jr. He was a longtime Chicago pastor and civic leader. Finney founded the Metropolitan Apostolic Community Church in Bronzeville, and he also founded the Woodlawn organization, and he worked to revitalize the South Side, and he owned multiple businesses. There are now 27 new Catholic deacons in Chicago. They are ordained during masses today. Those deacons are going to be helping Bishop Robert Casey and his priests, and that includes celebrating baptisms, witnessing marriages, and conducting wakes and funeral services. A Chicago woman injured by a stray bullet is celebrating her 37th birthday with a police officer who saved her. Alicia Hill was sitting on a sofa in her West Englewood home just over a year ago, and that was when she was shot in the head. Police found her after they followed shell casings from a nearby drive-by shooting and discovered the bullet hole in her window.
We were did a little bit more than just the normal search. We just kept canvassing the area, and we are so thankful that we did.
I just thank them for coming to me.
I thank you, God, for the officer that walked up on the porch and seen my daughter. He's an angel. I always say you're an angel, and I thank you so much.
Incredible story there. Jacqueline Hill is returning to work now after spending this past year caring for her daughter, who had to relearn how to walk and talk. But she's alive and she's with us. Remember, you can get the news anytime right here and on our website, our free news app. Eyewitness News is back on television tonight on ABC7 after the Florida State-Miami game. I'm Robbie Bagewell for all of us here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back on TV a little bit later tonight.